Living with my husband has always been a balancing act, mostly because of our height difference. I'm 6'6", he's 5'7", and his whole family's on the shorter side. When we moved in together, we had to figure out how to make our space work. The kitchen was the biggest challenge. Crouching to reach low cabinets kills my back, so we set things up for my height. Mugs, spices, pots, all on higher shelves. My husband uses a step stool, which he's totally fine with. It's not perfect, but it's our system, and it keeps me from wincing every time I need a plate. Then my mother-in-law, Diane, came to stay. Her house needed roof repairs, and since my best friend, my husband's sister, didn't have space, our spare room was the logical choice. I was happy to help, but 2 weeks in, I was ready to pull my hair out. Diane kept rearranging the kitchen. She'd move everything to lower shelves, saying she didn't want to use the step stool. It wasn't about her age or safety. She just didn't like it. She'd grumble about how ridiculous it was to have things so high, how it was rude to guests. I bit my tongue at first, thinking she'd adjust. My husband stepped in, politely but firmly. "This is how we do things," he told her. "It's for her comfort." Diane would nod, leave it alone for a day, then rearrange again. I'd come home from work, reach for my coffee filters, and find them stuffed in a low cabinet. My back would ache from bending down, and my patience was thinning. I talked to my husband, and he kept trying to reason with her, but it was like talking to a wall. Diane would smile, agree, then do it again. The breaking point came one morning. I just wanted my coffee. Simple, right? But my favorite mug was nowhere to be found. I searched for 5 minutes, growing more irritated until I finally knelt, painfully, to check a lower cabinet. There it was, shoved in the back. My back twinged, my temper flared, and I'd had enough. I turned to Diane, who was sipping tea at the table, and said, "If you can't stop rearranging my kitchen, you can get a hotel room. I'm done with this." My voice was sharp, angrier than I meant it to be, but I was fed up. Diane's face crumpled. She started blustering, tears in her eyes, saying she was just trying to make it make sense. She went on about how this was her son's home, how it was just a little reorganization, and how unfair it was that everyone had to suffer because I'm tall. Then she hit me with, "You're heartless to threaten me with a hotel over the holidays." I felt a pang of guilt, but mostly frustration. My husband backed me up, saying it wasn't just his home, it was mine too. If she couldn't respect that, she'd have to leave. Diane stormed to the guest room, and I could hear her crying. My husband was shaken. He hates seeing his mom upset, and I felt awful for putting him in that spot. He stood by me, but I could see the strain in his eyes. Part of me wondered if I should have been softer, maybe just move things back myself and let it slide. But every time I think about it, I get mad again. This is my home. I shouldn't have to hurt my back to make coffee in my own kitchen. Diane's not a guest forever. She's living with us, and she needs to respect our space. Still, I hate how this made my husband feel. Maybe I could have found a gentler way to set the boundary. Am I the asshole for snapping at her? Thanks for listening, and if you want to hear more interesting stories, just click the link below.